So why I chose my favorite chapter, or the one that I would refer people to if they really were to get the idea of the book, as chapter 1 on the nature of Ephesians 4 ministry, is because of the nature of the book of Ephesians itself. One of the ways of looking at the book is that it is the most, at least from Paul's perspective, his best thinking on ecclesiology. If you were asked, Paul, tell us what you thought about the church and how we should think about the church, he would give you this book. We all acknowledge that. And the second thing we might say of the book of Ephesians, it not only describes the whole church, also its ministry in the heart of it. There's this kind of description of the functions right in the heart of it. It's also a book that is being called the constitutional document of the church. Constitutions are very important in guiding our decision-making, our behavior, and the way we think, both from a national perspective, from the American Constitution or any organization. Its constitution is its founding ideas. And I would argue that for that reason alone, the Ephesians text, and particularly Ephesians 4, 1 to 16, is absolutely constitutional. And therefore, you can't go wrong by actually returning to it and rediscovering it again.
We wrote a chapter entitled The Enterprise of Movement and the Movement of Enterprise. And what that chapter is basically about is saying that there's a particular kind of person, there's a particular kind of thing that they bring into leadership and ministry. And the apostolic person is basically the person that brings an entrepreneurial, boundary-crossing, multicultural, sort of a made-up word is their style of leadership is, and they define mission as sort of geo-ethnic. In other words, they're about crossing geographical and ethnic boundaries with the gospel to see the gospel, so that new forms of the ecclesia, the church, can emerge. So that gives sort of a good rationale for even the title of the book, of Permanent Revolution. So.